in conversation with Juvencio Maeztu, the Deputy CEO of Inca Group, which runs Ikea, as we all know it. Thank you very much for talking to us at the World Economic Forum. Welcome to Money Control. I want to start by asking you about your investments in India. So far, Ikea has promised, I think, 10,500 crores of investments into India. Tell us about that. Is it on track? And also your plans to double local sourcing. So how soon before we start seeing Ikea manufacture in India?
Thank you, Chandra, on this cold Davos, but sunny and beautiful day. It is true, but it's not only promise. We have delivered. We made an agreement some years ago to invest 10,500 crores. We have invested already. And then to achieve 50% gender equality, women-men, we have achieved. So we are really, and to do 30% sourcing, we have achieved already now. So up to now, all the step number one has been achieved, which is to prove that India loves Ikea and Ikea loves India. And we are now moving to the next phase where we really want to expand. We really want to expand in two dimensions. One is opening more Ikea stores and to develop more online in India. And the second way is to develop more the sourcing capabilities in India, not only to produce in India for India, it's also to produce in India to export somewhere else. So it is in this the next phase in our plans. And then for that, of course, what we need to partner with the states in order to find the right stores by the metro connection, with good by the highway and good process to open the stores. And then we also want harmonization of standards with international standard harmonization to support the export. We really welcome the move of the government to really increase the quality standard. So it's a good opportunity with this harmonization to produce more in India, to export to the world.
Right. Tell us about the plans where you mentioned that you will only increase sourcing. Will you also start making in India in a big way? How are you going to go about doing that? Because Make in India is a big plank for the government.
We are producing actually 30% of the things that was the initial commitment. And in India, Ikea is producing mattresses, so it's producing bookcases, so it's producing sofas, and then beside all the accessories, textiles. So there's already a supplier base, and we connected with thousands of farmers as well today. So there is already a base. Now is the next phase where we really want to grow significantly the sourcing possibilities. But for that, we need this harmonization with international standards, so we can really produce in India, both for local consumption, but also export, because the volume will help us in two things: to lower the cost for the consumers, but also to build the technology that is needed to support sustainability, because it's affordability and sustainability, this magic twin, what is the key direction for the future.
Right. I also wanted to understand, Juvencio, you've expanded into cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, and you've also spoken about how Gurugram and Noida will be next. So what cities can we expect after that? Will you focus only on metro cities? What's the game plan?
Yeah. Two things in parallel. Initially is to deepen the physical presence in the metro we are. So more stores in Bangalore, more stores in Mumbai, more stores in Delhi. We are opening next year Gurugram, and then there is also another project in Noida. And this is not only Ikea, so it's a big shopping center where we will have a lot of Indian companies, all of us together. So it's to open more stores in the metro where we are. At the same time, is to develop more online. And then we are now opening online in Andhra or in Karnataka or in Pune or in Gujarat. We have Surat, Ahmedabad, Vadodara. So it is starting to really expand in this way. But we need to grow online with the physical presence, where it's important for us to keep opening more Ikea stores, because Ikea store is in the backbone of this omni-channel Ikea.
Right. An interesting pattern we are seeing in India is how offline retail is actually growing in a big way. So even if you look at conglomerates like Tata, Reliance, they are investing in a big way to increase their retail presence. How is IKEA positioning itself amidst all this competition?
Yeah. For us, it's not online or offline. The customer don't think any longer in channels. The customer thinking interacting with any company in different ways. And this is what we are doing globally. So globally, we have this combination where online and offline, it's melting. And we are really transforming IKEA in these capabilities. You can plan, or you can have with your iPhone 3D solution to your home. And it's about, you can plan a kitchen remotely in a Teams meeting, and then of course you can bring your children to have a fun day out and to have fun and to eat the plant-based balls or the plant-based vegetable. So it's this uniqueness and the fun day out that IKEA is so good at.
Right. I also wanted to understand from inflation has pushed up the cost of raw materials. It's also hampering purchasing capacity of consumers. How are you navigating through this? Can we expect price cuts? Can we expect a rejig in your product portfolio? More mass products compared to premium ones?
We have good news. We are lowering the prices all over the world, and in India we are now going to reduce prices.
Oh, when does this kick in?
Yeah, it's coming, and it will be implemented in the coming weeks. More up to 20% price reduction in more than 250 articles. You know what is the good thing? We have a long-term vision, which is to create a better life for the many people. So we have a really long-term approach in everything we do. And the times we're in, with high inflation, with high interest rate, people are struggling to come down to the end of the month. That's why we need to side with the many people. And we have decided to be the yellow fish against the current and to invest in lowering the prices. Because lower prices and sustainability, good for the people, good for the planet, is exactly the way forward we are.
Right. In terms of the outlook for 2024, Juvencio, how do you see spending patterns evolve globally and in India? Because in India, one trend that people are talking about is K-shaped growth, where the number of affluent Indians are going up steadily, but there is also a sense of inequality, in consumption. So affluence is rising. What do you make of this?
Yeah, exactly. Polarization of the world, of course, is not helping to climate change, is not helping to inequality, is not helping to have an affordable living. That's why we are so determined to be siding with the many people. It is true that the interest rate and inflation are making people think twice, how much and where to spend. But people are intelligent. People, whenever you have money, you want to squeeze the value of that money. You want to secure that this is going to be not only a good price, but also going to be a long-lasting item. Thus, with the IKEA range, we are really determined to really be close to the niche of the many people. We are always targeting as much as possible the many people. The closer you are to the many people, the more is right.
Right. On that note, Juvencio, thank you very much for talking to Moneycontrol. Oh, and I also wanted to ask you how you plugging AI in your offerings. I missed that question.
Yeah, we know. It's. I was actually yesterday in a very interesting dinner. How can AI can support the development of women at the same time? So we are of course embracing AI, but in two dimensions. On one side is of course how can AI help the business. And we are now applying. So how can we be close to AI, but also how can we bring AI to IKEA, where we have to apply a value-based leadership, where we have to apply AI from some kind of moral compass to do things what is right. So it's opportunities for lowering the prices and being more efficient as a company, but also it's an opportunity to really have a moral compass when working with AI.
Right. On that note, thank you very much for talking to us, Juvencio.
Thank you.